Hey everyone, it's Dave from Dave's Ohio Barbecue. Kind of excited. A company called Drip Easy sent me two products to review on my channel, and I've been looking forward to these two products for a while. First one is just these barbecue grill mitts, they're silicone, and then the second is this, the extra large barbecue prep tub. I'm gonna unbox them, I'm gonna check them out, look at their durability, tell you sizes, specs, everything. Stick around. So here's the barbecue prep tub. This is what I'm most excited about. We'll get to the grill mitts later when I'm actually cooking food. But before I cook the food, I've got to kind of prep it up here. This doesn't really look like much right now. It looks like just a flat surface. But once I show you what it is, it's pretty cool. So it's got a lid, okay? It's basically your cutting board, a tub to brine in, a tub to marinate in, a tub to keep everything kind of contained, all in one. If you look at it, here, it just looks kind of normal, but you can pop up the sides, shallow height if you want to just keep things all nice and centered. And then it goes up another level as well for those big pieces of meat, okay? So you could put a brisket in here. You could put probably a couple small chickens. If you're brining half a turkey, whatever it is, it all fits in this tub. And then that lid that I put conveniently out of reach snaps on there to store, okay? So before I start using this for any sort of prep or any sort of, barbecuing, let's give you a rundown on the specs here. This is a fully expanded, the tub. The depth to work in here from the cutting board, which is this white surface at the bottom, to the top is about 5.5 inches, okay? The width of the opening here, you've got just over 18.5, and the depth this way, just over 14.5. So you're looking at, 14 by 18, depth of 5.5 inches. Just pretty good. You can get a lot of stuff in there. You can get a couple racks of ribs, things like that. A couple things to note. It's got a rubberized handle to sort of, not slip. The other thing I like that I didn't notice when I first got them, so on the bottom side here, it's got these little rubber feet underneath the placemat. So even if you're on sort of an uneven surface, it'll stay still, okay? And it collapses back down. You just kind of have to pop it. You guys probably have seen, I don't know, things like laundry baskets, things like that that pop down like that to store. Now, what size does it take up if you're going to store it in a closet? Well, from handle to handle, it's 22.5 inches. From edge to edge, we got exactly 16, and then the height is just a touch under 2 inches. So you got this pretty thin profile here, okay, that you can store in with your cutting blocks or in with your pans, something like that. Stores in pretty neat. I like it. It's pretty cool. All right, so like with any new product, before I start using this to actually cook with, I'm going to take it inside. I'm going to wash everything up with hot soapy water, dry it off, and then we'll come right back out here and we'll actually start using it with some food. Now, like I said in the intro, this is the extra large barbecue prep tub. It retails for $43 on the Easy Drip website. Again, the website will be down here, and I'll also give all this information down below in the description as well. They have two other sizes. One's a little smaller than this, called the Original. That one is $38 on their website currently. And then they have one called the Junior, which is a small one, for smaller, maybe, Boston butts or, I don't know, smaller bits of meat and things that you're going to be marinating, and that one retails for $25 on their website. And the grill mitts, which we'll get to later, those are $25 on their website as well. Again, it's just bbqdripeasy.com. The barbecue prep tub has been cleaned, rinsed, dried, back out here. For my first experiment on this thing, I'm gonna just do some chickens. I'm smoking some chickens tonight to take over to a friend's house, and that's the perfect thing for this because I kind of want to keep the chicken juice, for lack of a better word, contained. I don't want it all over the place. So to start, I'm just going to have it collapsed like this. And I've got a couple, chickens that I'm going to barbecue here. Like I said, this white surface here is actually a cutting board, which is great. I mean, you can do all sorts of prep on it and not worry too much about scratching it up. It's meant to be scratched up. It's, just one of those composite plastic cutting boards like so, okay? And I just like this. It keeps everything nice and contained. And what I like to do with my chickens, I like to, you know, cut down the breast area here. Kitchen shears are by far the best. If you don't have a big chunky pair of kitchen shears, get one, because they're just so stinking handy, especially with chicken. And then what I like to do is use the shears and I cut down the backside of the spine here to remove that. Again, you save the spine. You can use it for chicken stock. You can use it for whatever. But you can see here I've got some juices in there, and the tub, even collapsed, is great for like capturing all that and keeping it all sort of contained. So here's one of my halves. Let me do this. Ooh. I'm gonna have to get some bigger kitchen shears. That was a chunky piece right there. All right, and this I'm gonna just save to make some chicken stock later. Again, notice the juices and stuff. They're all kind of staying where they're supposed to be, you know. It's kind of contained in there like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these up. We don't have to watch me. It's not a chicken recipe. I'm going to cut up my other chicken that I have. I'm going to get some salt and rub it on the underneath the skin and on the meat. And then I'm going to expand this. I'm going to put the lid on it. I'm going to keep it in the fridge overnight. And then tomorrow we'll come back and you can see how everything's just contained. All the juices that run out and everything are all inside of the bin. Nothing's in my fridge, which is kind of cool. Now this is big. You need a big fridge, I think, to keep it in there. That might be one of the drawbacks. So now that my chickens are all prepped, I can just expand this tub however high I need it. And these chickens, honestly, I think they'll probably, I'm going to go both levels, just to come really close to the edge there. But if you had a thin couple pieces of ribs, you could leave it half collapsed and you could take up less space in your fridge or wherever it is you're going to store these. So I'm going to expand them fully here. All right. Get all the sides up. There we go. Nice. And then put the lid on it so I don't get any cross-contamination in my fridge. I'm going to stash these in the fridge till tomorrow when I'm ready to cook. What are some other uses for this thing? When I buy barbecue equipment, I don't like buying stuff that only really serves one purpose. You know, I like to get stuff that I can use for multiple things, and this might fit the bill really nice. Let's say you're going over to another friend's house to cook, or you're going to a competition. Expand the tub, toss all your rubs and seasoning containers in there. Maybe you can have a tub for each type of meat. Let's say you're doing a competition and you've got baby back ribs, chicken, and brisket. You know, have a tub for each thing. Keep all your stuff kind of contained, stack them on top of each other. Kind of cool. If you're not using it, it collapses. It doesn't take up much space on the site, which I kind of like. So transporting stuff, really handy. I could see myself using this for when I'm injecting pork butts with, you know, marinade or whatever. That way, if anything spills out or leaks out, it kind of contains it. You know, that's made a mess in my kitchen before, so this will really help. Brining. Do you wet brine chickens? You know, I just showed you how I dry brine a chicken. But if you wet brine, if you like to soak them in the salt water, sugar water overnight, this would work really, really well for that. Okay. You know, it's really cool. It's just a neat little transport, neat little thing, just to kind of keep mess contained. I think that's the biggest thing I like about this, is that it keeps all the mess contained. So before we get to the second part of this video, I've got a couple things I want you to do. Hit the like button, first of all. That lets YouTube know you like my video. Subscribe and hit the bell. That way, every time I make a new video, you'll get a notification. And if you want to leave a comment, please leave a comment down below. And if it's a cool comment or you have a question, I always try to answer them. If it's something, you know, rude, I just delete it. So don't waste your time. Tub has been in the fridge for a couple hours now. One of the drawbacks I would say about this thing is, since the sides kind of flare out and it's got these handles, it takes up a lot of space in the fridge. That's just how it's going to go. So if you don't have a full depth refrigerator, you may not have space. You may want to go with the smaller one, go with the original. But maybe you have a fridge out in the garage or in the basement. Just make some space in there and it should fit fine. So you can see the chickens let out some of the juice here, but it all stayed contained inside the tub, which is really kind of what we're looking for. The other thing that I kind of like about this is I'm going to put some rub on this chicken before I put it into the smoker. And with these high walls and stuff, it's going to keep the rub contained. You know, if I do this on like a baking sheet or something like that outside or inside the house, it usually gets all over the kitchen counter and I gotta clean it up. This is gonna just contain everything inside the tub, which is nice. You can see here, as I put the rub on, you know, it's hitting the walls and everything, but it's staying inside of the tub, which is really, really convenient. It's really great for cleanup. Also, I don't know how well it's being picked up by my microphone, but please excuse my neighbor's chainsaw in the background. We had a storm here recently. He's cutting up some branches. Also, ignore the giant swath of dirt behind me. We're getting some drainage issues fixed in my backyard, so that's what that's all about. A couple other things I thought about that this tub would be really handy for. Let's say you go camping and you need something to wash up dishes. This would be pretty cool. Just dump some hot water in there, a little soap, you know, agitate it, and you can use it for washing dishes, or even just put clean water in there and rinse off your dishes. Anything that you need to hold water for, you know, washing a baby. I don't know. I guess you could probably do that as well. Also, it'll make a really quick, like, on-the-spot cooler. You could probably fit about 20 beers in there, dump a bag of ice. It's not insulated, so it's not going to keep the ice, you know, colder longer, but in a pinch, it'll work pretty well. It's just this little, like, beverage station kind of thing. So the other thing the folks at Drip Easy sent me are these, the barbecue mitts. They call them the barbecue grill mitts. They're 25 bucks, like I said earlier on the website. It looked a little weird when it first came in, but it's actually two. You just got to peel them apart. They have a temperature rating of about 480 degrees, so you might not be picking up grill grates with it, but pans, you know, pots, even like some food, you can do that. Speaking of food, it doesn't really have that much of a grip, but it might be great just for carefully grabbing, you know, a brisket or a pork butt, something like that. The reason I like this is it's silicone. You just rinse it off and they're just back to new. What I used to use is, I have these gloves which have some rubberized texture on it, but if you get juice or stuff inside the fabric, you got to chuck them in the washer. It's a pain in the neck. The other thing sometimes I do is I put on just a pair of work gloves and cover myself with a rubber glove. That's fine, that works really well too, but I'm interested to try these with the chicken. So once my chicken's done on the smoker, I'm gonna see how it is taking it off with this and see if it, you know, has a good use. You can see the oven mitts, they work fine for picking up the chicken. You don't really have too much definite grip with them because they're just big flat surfaces. So it would probably work better for things that are like wrapped in foil or, you know, have a bigger, more round shape than this. But overall, it worked pretty well. I think it would be really great in the kitchen for pots and pans and things like that. The barbecue tub, though, I think it's great. This is one of my favorite things I've been sent in recent times. It's really convenient. I like it because I can fold it down flat like this, and I can pop it on the side of my fridge where I keep my big cutting boards. That's pretty cool. I also like it because it washes out real easily. I just put it in the sink, put some hot water and soap in there, scrub it, let it dry, collapse it, and put it away. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Dave's Ohio Barbecue. I'm also on Facebook. Just search for Dave's Ohio Barbecue on Facebook, and you should be able to find my page. Also, subscribe. Hit the bell next to it so you get notifications every time I post a new video. Leave me a like. Leave a comment. If it's a comment I like, I'll respond to it. If it's inappropriate, I'll delete it. Either way, it's fine. Got a lot of new videos coming out real soon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.